All right, good evening, everyone. We've finally made it to Friday, January 23rd, 2026. It is 8:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are starting to get switch from forecasting to what's called nowcasting. Although we're going to do a little bit of forecasting too on this. So sorry guys, it's a little bit later than I wanted to. I was waiting on the latest HRRR to come in. Um, but yeah, here we go. So this is actually the storm that has caused all the hype this week over Texas, Oklahoma, and parts of Arkansas. So let me see if I can change this to a. Um, there we go. There we go. So yeah, this is the storm that's caused all this chaos this week. This is it now live over Texas, like I say, Nebraska and Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, and as you can see, I tell you what, I don't like that specific one. Stand by just a second. And let's switch this over. There we go. That has a better view of the precipitation type. Okay. Let's put it into motion. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Like I say, I was waiting on some of the latest models to do a run, so got started a little bit later than I wanted to, but here we are. As I was saying, this is the storm. It is It's Friday, January 23rd, 2026, 8:42 Eastern time. As you can see, Dallas is. I lost a monitor. Nice. Um, Okay, there it's back. Anyway, Dallas has started seeing rain. They were in freezing rain a little bit earlier, so they're starting to get into the warm sector of this storm. Little Rock, you're starting to get some precipitation in there now. Little Rock will see a little bit of freezing rain before it switches over to rain. We can see most of Oklahoma is in the snow. Southern, southeastern, central south, and southeastern parts of Oklahoma has switched over to ice, but that is what she looks like right now, and we will switch over to the model. I'm going to start off with the GFS just because that's what we've started with every day this night. I'm going to switch over to the HRRR in a minute. But as we move forward, I'm going to push this over to, this is 10 a.m. Eastern time. Saturday, January 24th, 2026. As you can see, the model is still showing that it's going to start off as a light snow / wintry mix in all of southeast Tennessee tomorrow morning around 9 to that 11 o'clock time frame. Now, keep in mind, as dry as the air is, we will be seeing a lot of that evaporate before it hits the ground for the first hour or so. So the radar may show this precipitation. You may get up and look at the radar anywhere from kind of that 8 to noon time frame and see it and say, why is it not snowing or raining or whatever? Just keep in mind the atmosphere is extremely dry, so as this falls, it's going to evaporate. That will bring the temperature down a few degrees as the atmosphere moistens up. It's called the wet bulb temperature. So we will start off with temperatures either right at freezing in some of the valley locations, maybe slightly above or slightly below, and the temperature will drop a few degrees as this gets going, and then will slowly warm back up throughout the evening. So want to take a pause there and say thank you for everybody watching. We've got several people in here. Mr. Vic Taylor. Thank you for watching. I've got my mom and dad in here. We've got Josh, Jason, Ashley, Haley, Brandolyn, Rocky, Pat, Heather, and Rick in here. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. So just shout out to you guys. Yeah, this is early morning tomorrow morning. This is 10 a.m. But just keep in mind, as it starts, you will have a little bit of evaporation going on while the atmosphere moists up here. And that time is for Southeast Tennessee. And then as we move forward, let's see, what's it jumping? Okay, this is 1 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. You'll notice, again, it's still showing, the GFS anyway is still showing frozen precipitation over Southeast Tennessee. It is showing it switch from snow to a mix. I still think that we will see this start off as a freezing event. It's not going to be out of the question for us to get some snow showers, snow flurries, sleet as it first rolls in the first part of tomorrow morning. But as you can see, as we move up to 4 o'clock tomorrow evening, we're going to be switching over to freezing rain in the most southern valley portions of Southeast Tennessee, switching over to a wintry mix in the northern part of Southeast Tennessee. Notice that snow line is pretty much Interstate 40 and north at that point. And as we move forward a little bit further, this is at 7 p.m. Tomorrow on Saturday. Notice the valley is freezing rain, Cumberland Plateau, still in that wintry mix. Then everywhere switches. Let's see, what time is this? And you guys, I apologize, I'm having to switch from UTC coordinated time to Eastern time on the fly here. So this is 10 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday, and notice it's showing all of everybody in the freezing rain for all of Southeast Tennessee. And then we move further forward. The models are still showing it to switch late Saturday night into Sunday morning, switch to rain in the valleys, and eventually this is 10 a.m. Sunday morning, January 25th. It's showing everybody, including the mountains, switching over to rain, and then continuing and then getting out of here around 7 p.m. on Sunday. So the timing of the whole system, according to the GFS, is starting somewhere between that 9 and 11 a.m. for Southeast Tennessee Saturday morning, then ending around that 5 to 7 p.m. time frame on Sunday night. As the cold air is coming in Sunday night, it wouldn't surprise me if we have a few snow showers, flurries on the backside of this as the cold air wrings out the moisture in the atmosphere, but that is still looking to be the timing. What I want to do now, the GFS, I'm sorry, the HRRR, let's refresh. We should have loaded a few more frames. Yes, the HRRR is now fully loaded. So we're going to jump forward on this. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model. Notice it's starting to show, this is 8 a.m. Saturday morning. Notice again, it's showing it getting into the western counties, Hamilton, Marion, Sequatchie, Bledsoe County, around that 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time time frame tomorrow morning. Notice it is showing snow for the starting off leading edge of this, and keep in mind, as I said, the air is going to be really, really dry, so a lot of that's not going to hit the ground. It may take an hour or two to get moistened up before that starts falling. So the radar may show precipitation in Southeast Tennessee around 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., but it may not start falling till an hour or two after that. As we move a little bit forward, this is 2 o'clock Eastern time, and notice it's starting to show some of the rain and freezing rain in the valley locations of Southeast Tennessee. And again, this is 5 p.m. Eastern time. Notice it's starting to show some of the Southern Valley, North Georgia, North Alabama, switching to rain. One thing I want to show you on the high resolution here is as we move forward, where the higher elevations may hang on to this a little bit further. So if we move forward, this is 7 p.m. on Saturday. Again, Alabama, Georgia, Southern Valley portions of Tennessee, South Central, Middle Tennessee. You guys have, according to the HRRR, has switched to rain at that point. And bring this forward a little bit more. This is 9 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday evening. Again, out northern Alabama, northern Georgia, northwestern Georgia, central and northwestern Georgia is going to be switched to rain at that point. The mountains, as this is starting to pick up right here, you'll see this little sloth where Pikeville, Dunlap, Jasper is, the valley location there. It's showing to be switched over to rain at this point. But notice the mountains of the southern Cumberland Plateau going down into northwest Georgia, kind of hanging on to it. And also you can see the model picking up on, again, this is 9 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Notice the model starting to pick up that northeast Georgia and western parts of North Carolina get nice. That's going to be key in a minute. There's going to be some cold air damming there that's going to produce a historic ice storm there. So we'll jump forward a little bit more. This is 11 o'clock on Saturday night. You'll notice it's showing the valley locations of southeast Tennessee, parts of the valley in Middle Tennessee, central Middle Tennessee, all of Alabama, northwestern Georgia, except for the mountains being all rain at this point. Again, notice northeast Georgia, northwest of South Carolina, and central and western North Carolina in the ice. And this is 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. And again, the lower resolution models was showing all of southeast Tennessee switching over to rain at this point. It's like I told you guys, when we get the higher resolution models, they would start depicting some of the higher elevations. I kind of had a feeling that the higher elevations would hang on to it a little bit longer. And that's what this is 1 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday morning. That's what the model's picking up. You've switched to rain in places like Chattanooga, Cleveland, Athens, Decatur, downtown Dayton, Spring City, Jasper, Dunlap, Pikeville, all of central southern parts of Middle Tennessee. You have switched to rain at this point, according to the HRRR model. But you'll notice the Cumberland Plateau, Lookout Mountain, Signal Mountain, Brayton Mountain, Graysville Mountain, moving on up to Dayton Mountain, Evansville Mountain, Grandview, and then you're going over here towards Mount Crest area, the Lee Station area, Fredonia Mountain, the Fall Creek Falls area. You notice the model is picking up that may remain freezing rain plumb up to 1 a.m. and beyond. If we move a little bit further, this is 3 a.m. On Sunday morning. And again, you notice that we've switched to rain in all of the valley locations of East Tennessee, all the way plumb up to extreme southern western parts of Virginia there. Has the valley location there has switched to rain according to the HRRR. But notice the Cumberland Plateau is hanging into it. Good evening, Dale. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the comment there. We've got a few other people watching. Got Keisha, got Richard in here. Let's see here. We got What is Happening, Liza. Thank you for joining. Miss Brenda's on here. Sue, Dylan. Like I say, Dale, thank you guys for joining in here. Okay. Now if we move forward a little bit more, and this is why I was waiting on the high resolution models. So this is 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. Now notice we were seeing on some of the lower resolution models that all of basically central parts of Tennessee, south central Tennessee, eastern Tennessee, northeast Tennessee. The models was depicting all those locations changing over to plain old rain at this point. But you can see the HRRR with the high resolution data is depicting that the higher elevations in northwest Georgia, all the way up through the Cumberland Plateau here of Tennessee, of southeast Tennessee, it's depicting it's still staying freezing rain. If that ends up being the case, this could end up being pretty bad. I will say that it is 32 degrees here as of a few minutes ago up here on Dayton Mountain. Temperature has dropped pretty substantially this evening, so we are right at that freezing mark. Just after 8:30 p.m. here, so on the mountain here. So this is going to be key, whether this changes to all rain or it remains freezing rain like the HRRR is showing, and that'll make it pretty catastrophic if that happens. We'll look at ice totals here in a minute. Well, if I'd quit hitting the wrong button. All right, let's back up just a minute. So this is 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Notice it's still showing parts of the Cumberland Plateau and mountains of northwest Georgia remaining in ice. Now notice northeast Georgia, northwestern parts of South Carolina, all of western North Carolina remaining in ice this entire time. Now as we jump forward a little bit further, this is, that ain't right. I can look at my chart and convert this right. This is 8 a.m. on Sunday. Notice the HRRR is still pointing that the mountains of northwestern Georgia, lookout signal all the way up through Dayton Mountain, Evansville Mountain, Grandview Mountain, all of those higher elevations, it is showing at 8 a.m. on Sunday to still be ice. But notice at this point, all of the valley locations have switched over to rain according to this model. It ain't until 9 a.m. That this that's 16. Yeah, 9 a.m. It ain't till 9 a.m. on Sunday that the HRRR is showing that the Cumberland Plateau Mountains are going to switch to a rain. So we're looking at almost kind of that 20 to 24 hours of potential freezing precipitation in the higher elevations. Like I say, if that happens, that would be pretty catastrophic. This gets us into noon on Sunday, so 12 o'clock on Sunday. Everybody has switched to rain at this point according to the HRRR. Including the mountains of the Cumberland Plateau, even extended down to northwest Georgia. But notice northeast North Carolina, western parts of South Carolina, and North Carolina are still mainly freezing rain. So what is up, Mason? Appreciate you joining the stream. Thank you for watching. And the HRRR is showing this get out of here at about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock on Saturday. So the time frame for the HRRR is still kind of that, 8 to noon starting on Saturday and then ending around that 4 to 6 time frame on Sunday. But it did show the Cumberland Plateau hanging on to that freezing rain plumb until about noon on Sunday. So again, that's almost 24 hours of freezing rain. So it's got a few other people watching. Dana, Dylan, Annette, how's everything going? Let's see if we can look at ice accumulation. Just move forward with that, see what the Yeah, so if this happens, this is what the ARRR is showing for ice accumulations. Again, if this happens, this could be pretty catastrophic for the mountains of the Cumberland Plateau. Notice some of the Smoky Mountains is in the eastern part of the Smoky Mountains is all into the rain portion, but over on the western side, because of the cold air damming, the western side of the Smoky Mountains, so western parts of North Carolina, western northwestern parts of South Carolina, and northwest Georgia could see historic, just unbelievable ice accumulations. I mean, anywhere from an inch and a half ice, the model's predicting, to almost 2 inches of ice. If that happens, that would be absolutely extreme. So, western parts of North Carolina, extreme northwest parts of South Carolina, and northeast Georgia need to pay attention for that in the Blue Ridge Mountains and Appalachian Mountains. It's saying maybe a half inch of ice in Chattanooga. I think that's probably a little bit high based on the timing of what we see. Now, that's definitely possible for Lookout, Signal, Dayton Mountain, Evansville Mountain, up towards Grandview, if this model is correct and it stays into the freezing rain that long. If that happens, that's pretty catastrophic. You're looking at possible power outages for sure. Travel might be interesting. They have treated most of the main roads. We did get well above freezing today, so I don't know how well it's going to adhere to the actual asphalt, but definitely going to be ice accumulations in the grassy areas and the trees and stuff like that if this model holds true. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what the NAM. Let's see what the NAM is showing for ice accumulation. Are we on the latest? It's updating right now. So it's only going out 18 hours. Let's back up to the other run of the NAM. Yeah, so even the NAM model is picking up on the Cumberland Plateau, not really changing. So, like I say, if that happens, that's going to be pretty catastrophic. You guys are looking at like 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation possible in the Southern Valley locations, but the Cumberland Plateau may get anywhere from 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of ice is what I would say is possible, according to what these models are showing. Let's see what it's actually showing for precipitation type. That it? Yes, it is. All right. So this is the NAM 3 kilometer. It's a high resolution version of the NAM model. That's a North American model, one of the North American models. Again, this is showing it getting in here at, this is bringing it in a little bit earlier. That's, no, I'm sorry, a little bit late. No, that's 9 a.m. That is 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, the NAM. Notice, again, it's bringing this in as a light snow as it, Pat, that is a great question. I will cover that in just a minute. Thank you for that question. But yeah, notice the NAM model bringing this in as light snow as it begins. Again, that's probably going to happen. It will probably start off as snow flurries and snow showers for everybody at the very beginning tomorrow morning, and then that's quickly going to switch over to the freezing rain or the sleet, then freezing rain for the valley locations. The Cumberland Plateau is what's going to hold on to it a little bit later. Notice this is at 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. Notice it's switched the valley locations over to rain at this point, but it's keeping that Cumberland Plateau in that wintry mix and ice. Wow. That is crazy. This is 9 wow, this is 9 p.m. tomorrow. Saturday, January 25th, 24th. I'm sorry. Um, man, that's showing all of the valley locations. Now, I will say the NAM model is not particularly known for handling wintry precipitation the best, but the biggest thing is it's a high resolution model, and that's the biggest thing I wanted to show here. This is 1 a.m. Sunday morning, and again, it's still showing the freezing rain for the Cumberland Plateau. Notice though, the valley is rain according to the NAM. And it's still keeping. I mean, this is 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and it's still showing freezing rain in the higher elevations of the Cumberland Plateau, even parts of the southern part of Cumberland Plateau. It's really, man, it's really depicting. I mean, this is 4 o'clock on Sunday, and it's still got a little bit right there on the highest peaks of the Cumberland Plateau of western Bledsoe County. So the NAM is really not showing it changing to rain in the higher elevations. That is not good if that pans out. So this would be at 7 p.m. on Sunday. So again, the models are pretty much agreeing, starting late morning, early afternoon on tomorrow, and then kind of getting out of here late afternoon, early evening on Sunday. Let me go back to the question for the ice accumulation for western parts of Bradley County. Let me see if weather-wise here will allow me to pull up the HRRR on ice accumulation. That's not what I want. I want models. And let's see here. Let's switch over to the old HRRR. 47%. Yeah, it's probably not going to let us go out far enough. Let me switch back. No, that's not what I want. Switch over to that one. Okay, now let's switch over, see if it'll let me. Ooh, right there. All right, total freezing rain. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, here we go. Where are we at? Okay, so here is HRRR high resolution where we can really zoom in. So for western, and this is why I like the high resolution models. This would be White Oak Mountain, and you notice downtown Cleveland, it's showing just over 1/10 of an inch of ice, but over near White Oak Mountain, it's showing White Oak Mountain may get 1 inch of ice on the top of it. I think that's a bit extreme. But Pat, if you're still watching, are you in a higher elevation of western Bradley County? You don't have to get too specific, but are you higher? Are you a little bit elevated from what downtown Cleveland would be? So the Cumberland Plateau. Oh, this is over here near Lee Station. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, it's showing 1/2 inch of ice, 3/4, 8/10 of an inch of ice. So anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice. That would be extreme. White Oak Valley. So you're down in the valley. So pretty much the HRRR is showing that kind of all the valley locations around there is about 1/10 of an inch of ice. So that's not too bad. That tenth to a quarter of inch of ice is not too extreme. You're going to have some trees down. You'll have a little bit of power outage to be concerned with, but it's going to be very scattered. Right in that immediate area, that amount of ice accumulation will not be too catastrophic when it comes to power outage and trees being down. But keep in mind, a tenth of an inch of ice on the road, it's absolutely going to be impassable. I would not travel after this starts tomorrow till we see kind of what's going to transpire. It's possible that on Sunday morning, after it has switched to rain in this location, it's possible that Sunday morning it would have all melted and you'd be okay. But now keep in mind that going over the White Oak Mountain and the higher elevation here, that's probably going to be pretty interesting. Of course, they are treating all the main roads. That brine solution will bring the water's freezing point from 32 degrees down to the around 24-25 degrees. So interstate will probably be okay, but just keep in mind if you're traveling anywhere that's going to go over a higher location, especially over like a bridge in a higher elevation, something a little elevated, that's going to be something to look at. Goodness gracious. I don't really think this is going to happen, but Walden, Fairmont, Lone Oak, Suck Creek, over towards Edwards Point, parts of Signal Mountain. The HRRR is picking up on 2 inches of ice. That's not going to happen, but just keep in mind that looks like the NAM and the HRRR is really pinpointing that the higher elevations of western Hamilton County, eastern Sequatchie County, eastern Bledsoe County, western Ray County. It's kind of depicting, and the mountains, the higher elevations of the western parts of those counties too. It'd be just the valley down through here that would be switching over to rain, but the higher elevations on both locations, this model is really showing that we're going to have significant ice accumulations for that. So I really think it's going to be, it has the potential to be pretty catastrophic for the mountains of the Cumberland Plateau. New Harmony, Summer City area, the models showing Ogden over towards Lorebrook, Brayton Mountain, Hendon, Flat Top. I mean, the model is showing all of these over an inch of ice accumulation. I really think that's overdoing it. I'm really hoping that that's overdoing it because anything that half inch to 3/4 inch ice is kind of catastrophic. You get any higher than that, and it is just. I mean, you're talking about just horrendous mess that it's going to make. Decatur showing about 1/4 inch possible ice accumulation. Same thing for Athens, pretty much Riceville. Down in Cleveland, again, it's around that 1/10 of an inch. We're not far enough forward. What were we at? 7 p.m. I had to back up because the newest run of the HRRR is running an update. This is 7 p.m. on Saturday night. Asheville, North Carolina, showing half inch to almost an inch of ice at this point. It'll get more a little further. Crossville, half inch to 3/4 inch of ice possible. As you get into northern parts of Alabama, pretty much almost no ice accumulation, a trace to 1/10 of an inch. Like I say, the mountains of northwestern Georgia have to be concerned. North central Georgia, not too much to look at as far as near Varnier, Conasauga. down towards Dalton, some of those areas, not a whole lot of ice accumulation in those lower elevations. Then you get into the higher elevations of the Blue Ridge area, and again, this is not as far out as I would like to go, but some of the higher elevations of the Blue Ridge area is looking like they're going to get a decent amount of ice accumulation. All right, accumulations for Spring City. And by the way, guys, we got several more people watching. I appreciate it. Got Scotty in here, Selena, April, Michael, Mandy, Kendall. Thank you, guys. Kendall, Spring City. The downtown Spring City, the lower elevation, you're looking at around 1/4 of an inch of possible ice accumulation. And then as you start getting up onto Grandview Mountain, guys, I really hope that this model's wrong. I really don't think it's going to be that much ice, but where it's predicting over an inch of ice accumulation, that's not going to be good. Man, I was really hoping. It seems the models have brought a little bit more ice for some of the higher elevations here. But that's what I was talking about when we get into the higher resolution data. You guys have any specific questions? Let me know. The cold temperatures here, let's look at this. Okay, good deal, Kendall. Yeah, downtown, you're going to have to watch the bridges and overpasses. 1/4 of an inch of ice, Kendall, is still something serious, especially on the bridges and overpasses, but it's not what the higher elevations are going to get. So, but I mean, you're definitely not going to, if this holds true, and we are so far close at this point that not a whole lot's going to change. You guys want to make sure that once this starts, you're home. You don't get out anymore. So I want to look at temperatures. Let's see where we at here. This is 2 a.m. So this was back a little bit. 8. So this is 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight. January 23rd, Friday, January 23rd. Notice Dayton, 30 degrees, 31 degrees. Evansville, 31 degrees. Downtown Spring City, 30 degrees. The mountain locations, mid to possibly lower 20s. And this is at 11 o'clock tonight, according to the HRRR. Chattanooga just above freezing at 33, 34 degrees according to the model. Cleveland around 11 o'clock tonight, around 33 degrees. 33 degrees. Charleston, Riceville, Athens around 32 degrees. So let's see what it's saying for Pikeville. Pikeville around 29 degrees. Dunlap right at 31. So I mean, even by 11 o'clock tonight, the model is showing that everybody's going to be right at or below freezing in the valley locations. This is 1 a.m. Tonight or early tomorrow morning. Notice Dayton 28 degrees, Evansville 27. Spring City 28, up on the mountain, New Harmony, Dayton Mountain, mid 20s. Chattanooga 31 degrees at 1 a.m., 29 degrees in Cleveland at 1 a.m. tonight. Athens 28 degrees. So the model is still showing the temperature to drop quite a bit. Yes, Vic. Dayton is still showing kind of between that 1/10 of an inch and 1/4 inch of ice. Based on the model information that I've just seen, I think the lower. I think downtown Dayton is probably leaning more towards that 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. But anything is possible. This is, let's see, let's just go ahead and jump over to, this is 7 a.m. Tomorrow morning. Dayton, downtown Dayton, showing 28 degrees. Dayton Mountain, 26 degrees. Evansville, 28. Spring City, 29. Downtown Decatur, 27. Athens, 28. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cleveland, 28. Chattanooga, even below freezing, around 30 degrees tomorrow morning. So, again, this is Jasper, Dunlap, Pikeville, around 30 degrees. Everybody, according to the HRRR, is going to be below freezing starting tomorrow morning. So let's jump up a few more hours into the time of this is going to start roughly. This is 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, January 24th. Notice Dayton still showing below freezing, 28, 29 degrees. Pikeville, 30 degrees. Dayton Mountain, Evansville Mountain, mid-20s still. Dunlap, 29 degrees. Jasper, 30. Chattanooga, 29, around 30. Cleveland, 29, 30. Athens, 29, 30. Dayton, 29 to 30 at 10 a.m. This is the rough time frame when this stuff's going to start. So below freezing. And one thing I did want to, So if we jump forward, this is at noon o'clock, 12 o'clock tomorrow. Dayton still below freezing. Wow. I mean, this is 8 o'clock tomorrow night, the HRRR. Here's 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night, just showing Dayton getting above freezing. So it's possible. Let's see what this is HRRR. Let's see what the NAM is showing for temperatures. Okay, no, don't do that. If I'd hit the right button, guys. All right, the NAM Nest, 2 meter average temperatures. I got one of my monitors freaking out. It don't want to stay on. Okay, let's move forward just a little bit. Not that far forward. This is midnight tonight, 29 degrees, 27, 26, 25, 23. My goodness. Again, the NAM, high resolution NAM, is not showing Dayton getting above freezing until around 10 o'clock tomorrow night, around 8 o'clock for Cleveland. I believe these models have brought in, and we're seeing these models kind of live together, these latest runs of them. These models have brought some colder air in. We're still going to have that warm nose come in, so we're still looking at seeing, we're still looking at freezing rain, sleet, or plain old rain versus any kind of snow. This is the 3 kilometer NAM. Yeah, so the NAM is showing this starting off as some slight snow switching over to sleet and then freezing rain. 1 o'clock tomorrow. No, this is wow. I'm telling you guys, this the latest runs are seem to be depicting they seem to be depicting a little more colder air, kind of sticking around. How far are we out? That's the 0. Yeah, that's what we want. Man. Yeah. Anyway, it's like I say, we're kind of looking at these models together. Some of these latest runs. I am concerned that it appears I don't want wind. I want temperature. Okay. Let's see what the GFS is showing. Go back to a lower resolution model. For Dayton. 7 o'clock. Wow. Wow. These models are really showing the cold air hanging around a little bit longer down near the surface, even in some of the valley locations. What is the GFS showing for freezing rain? Can I view that? I don't like it. Hang on, guys. Let's switch over. Let's see what the GFS is showing for. Can I view? Total freezing rain. There we go. Okay. I don't know. It just seems like the models are keeping the temperatures below freezing, even in some of the valley locations, a little bit, pretty much all day on Saturday. But GFS is still not really showing an extreme amount of ice accumulation for the valleys. Back to that HRRR. What run? Let me see what run we're on. I want to go to the 24Z. How far are we? 18 hours. I need to go to the 0C to go out. Yeah, 48 hours. Okay. Renee, thank you for the stars. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. It's a good reminder there, you guys. If you enjoy, you guys can send stars, and on Facebook that is, and on YouTube. I'm not on the TikTok tonight. I keep getting flagged for unoriginal content. I don't want to get my account banned. It turns out they don't like the fact that I'm not a genuine meteorologist. So yeah, HRRR. The HRRR is really not showing more than about a tenth to a quarter inch for the valley locations, but it's really picking up on the Cumberland Plateau, higher elevations, getting a lot of ice. So I just not understanding why it's showing the temperatures to remain below freezing for so long in some of the valley locations. So apologize, guys. I wanted to look at that. Is this the? Let's see what the. Oh, too far. Back up. Oh. 28 hours out. Guys, I may let that load a little bit more. How far are we on here? Oh, 85%. Let's see if I can look at ice accumulation on here. Yeah, we can look at it all right. Okay, this is the NAM 3 kilometer. I cannot zoom in on this particular one, but looks like it's showing downtown Cleveland around a quarter inch of ice, downtown Athens around a quarter inch of ice, Decatur around a quarter inch of ice. What's more concerning is the amount of freezing rain that it is picking up for the Cumberland Plateau, an inch or more of freezing rain for the higher elevations of the Cumberland Plateau. This is going to be western Hamilton County, western Ray County, eastern Marion, Sequatchie, eastern Bledsoe, and western portions of Bledsoe, Sequatchie, and Marion as well on the higher elevations there. Let's see here. So that's just concerning. Let's gonna have to go back an hour. Go to the 0 run to get the far enough out. So the HRRR does an 18-hour run every hour. It updates out and goes out 18 hours, and then every 4 hours, I believe it is, it does a 48-hour run. So we're still far enough out that we're having to look at the 48-hour run. That's just concerning, though. So this is 10 p.m. Saturday night. Is kind of when it shows it's switching to rain for the entirety of the Cumberland Plateau. So we're gonna get pretty much all day tomorrow in freezing rain in the higher elevations of the Cumberland Plateau. So again, starting off tomorrow morning as some light snow flurries, snow showers, leading into then sleet, then freezing rain, switching over to rain in the valley locations around. So is that tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon, switching over to rain in the valley locations, hanging on to freezing rain in them higher elevations till late tomorrow night. Into the wee hours of Sunday. So, this is the freezing rain map. Let me make sure I'm far enough out. Okay. So this is the HRRR's freezing rain accumulation. Say the mountains of western Ray County, it's showing maybe over an inch of ice accumulation. Western parts of Hamilton County, this would be Signal, Lookout, all the way down through there. Walden area, eastern parts of Marion, Sequatchie, eastern part of Bledsoe County, and then western parts of Bledsoe County. Anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch of ice on the mountains. Dayton around 1/10 to a quarter inch of ice accumulation. Decatur around a quarter. So 1/10 to a quarter of an inch seems to be common for the valley locations. And if this model holds true, a lot of freezing rain for the higher elevations of the Cumberland Plateau. I believe we've brought in a little bit cooler air. The latest runs of the models have kind of indicated a little bit cooler air in for the Cumberland Plateau. What is happening, Garrett, Melissa, Renee? I'd say Renee, thank you for the star there. We got Christy in here, Cheryl, Tim, Sheena, Josh. Thank you guys for joining. So what's your thoughts on traveling to work on Monday for Spring City and Dayton commuters? I'm really, really worried about black ice on Monday morning. My feeling right now is that the lower elevations downtown I do feel that it is going to switch to rain as we get through Sunday, and I think that's going to kind of probably melt off the majority of the ice accumulation that we get tomorrow into tomorrow evening. The problem is we're going to get quite a bit of rain, and what I am really concerned with is that freezing on the road Monday morning. That's how far out we can go. 48 hours out. Okay. So I'm going to have to switch models. Stand by here a second. Let me switch over to the NAM Nest. So we're still a high resolution model. And go out to Monday morning. We're going to look at the temperatures for Monday morning. It's going to be real cold Monday morning. Oh man, that not go out far enough. I sure don't. Okay, stand by. Let me switch models again. We'll go over to the old GFS. I know it'll go out far enough. Okay. Now let's jump over to okay. So Monday morning, 7 a.m. Monday morning. Dayton 12 degrees, Evansville around 12 degrees, around 11 degrees in Spring City. So Renee, any water that we have on the roads, when it gets that cold, it's going to freeze. It is going to be windy as we get into Sunday evening. So you are going to kind of dry some of the road surfaces up a little bit, but any puddling that we have is going to freeze. So black ice is going to be a huge concern for traveling on Monday morning for pretty much all of us. This is North Georgia. This is Northern Alabama. This is all of Tennessee. So Monday is definitely going to be concerning black ice. So you are going to take your time. If you can, go in after it's daylight and treat anything that looks wet as black ice, because with these temperatures it's definitely going to be. What is happening, Garrett? Ice accumulation in Delano. I don't think you're going to have as much. Let's switch my. Well, before we do that, hang on just a second, Garrett. There's one more thing I want to grab and look at before we move on. So this is Tuesday morning, Tuesday 27th. Dayton 3 degrees, Evansville 2 degrees, Spring City near 0. This is, okay, we're not on a high resolution model, so it's not depicting the elevation. It is going to be just brutally cold on Tuesday morning. 7-8 degrees in Cleveland possible. Chattanooga kind of near 10 degrees, may even be a little colder than that. So Monday, you're going to have an extreme black ice situation, and all day Monday's going to be cold. We're not going to get above freezing. And then Tuesday morning is going to be absolutely frigid. So you're going to have black ice concern on Tuesday as well. But that will give them a little bit of time to put down some sand and salt on the road. So black ice will be a little bit of a less concern on Tuesday, because when it's extremely cold like that, believe it or not, ice will evaporate. So Tuesday's not going to have as much. There still will be some, but not as much. Okay, Garrett, I put you off. Sorry about that. Let's figure out what we're going to have as far as ice accumulations in Delano. don't like. I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's so frustrating. You got to jump back and forth. Uh, okay. H triple R. The old handy H triple R. How far are we going out on there? 18 hours? Not far enough. Okay. Now, total ice. Jump all the way out to 48 hours. Forget it's not going to allow me to zoom in. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold your horses. The NAM will let me do this on this app. So many different things to click on. Oh my goodness. I know I was just looking at that. I have lost my mind, guys. I know we were looking at total freezing rain on this app with this model. What has changed? $48 hours. There we go. Golly bum. All right. All right. Delano. No data. Oh man, my goodness, Garrett. You got nothing. Yeah, that's what I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think you guys was gonna have a real ice situation. If you're if you're downtown and not in any one of the higher elevations in Delano, you're really not going to get a whole lot of freezing rain, Garrett. It's kind of interesting because of the Appalachian Mountains and because of the clockwise rotation off the top of that low pressure area or the high pressure area north of us. Bringing in all that cold air damming on the eastern side of the Smoky Mountains. All that wind kind of coming off on the western side is going to be a little bit dry. So it's going to be a weird situation to where you're not going to get as much being that close to the foot of the mountains there. Let's actually look at precipitation. Look at the P-type. Yeah, if we look at this, the model, and if we kind of go back into Polk County here into Delano, pretty much through the entirety of the event, you're going to start off as some the left corner. Where do what now? Linsdale. You said left corner. Ah, okay. I see you. I got you. Yeah, again, just like everybody else, you may start off as a little bit of light snow, snow flurries, snow showers tomorrow, and then yeah, you're being depicted as rain for the vast majority of. But that's one model. Stand by. I want to switch over. You don't want to take just one model. Garrett, according to the high resolution models, you're you're going to see mostly rain. So I would still put you in that 10th to quarter inch ice because I think all of here, but you're just in a weird spot because of the cold air damming that's going to happen in the eastern side of the Smoky Mountains on the western side of North Carolina. You got a that air coming off of the mountains coming down into Polk County is just strange because of what's going on. So the models have a hard time with that. That's why I'm still going to say that you're going to be in that 10th to quarter inch, just like all of the other lower elevations. I'm going to put you in that because I don't think it's handling this quite exactly right. But yeah, I think you're okay. Now, I wouldn't plan on traveling to any higher elevations or doing a whole lot of traveling. But hopefully that helps you out there. And again, this is a model. You may wake up, well, not tomorrow morning. You may wake up Sunday morning and you know, I've completely botched this. But that's what I'm seeing. Brian Howard, Logan, and I hope to get a good and catastrophic out here. It's Brian. It's potential that may happen, man. Um, I'm I tell you, I'm a little bit. It seems like the models this evening has brought a little bit colder air in. Um, we're still going to have the ice, the freezing rain, because of the warm air coming off, that warm nose coming in. We're not going to see the snow. So if it gets colder, it's only going to make the ice worse. It's not going to change to snow. It may start off as some snow flurries. It'll start off tomorrow morning, late morning, with a couple of snow flurries falling down. There's going to be a little bit more as the air moistens up, a little bit more, a little bit more. We may have some pretty decent snow showers starting off, and then it's going to switch to the freezing rain pretty quick. Yeah, Garrett, that does happen a lot, but just keep in mind, you know, if you get a really, really strong tornado, it's not going to care about those mountains. If you get a really, really, really strong tornado, something like an EF3, EF4, it's not going to care about the mountains. It's going to it's going to have a strong enough updraft and rotation that it'll just keep right on going. You know, everybody says the mountains around here protect us from tornadoes. That's only partially true. If you get a strong tornado with a strong rotation, mountains are not going to do anything. The tornado that come through April 27th, 2011, that come through my neck of the woods, that started in Dunlap. It ended up being an EF4 in multiple locations. It started downtown Dunlap, rode up the side of the mountain, ran on top of the mountain here, and then went down into Spring City while maintaining EF4 rating. So you know, that don't mean anything a whole lot. Chatsworth, boy, it's been a long week, guys. I cannot talk, Randy. I cannot talk. Yeah, no. If you get, that's what I mean. Weak tornadoes, yeah, sure, some of the terrain will, you know, mess with the rotation, but you get the strong tornadoes, it doesn't matter. Randy, Georgia, Chatsworth, Georgia. You may start off as a little bit of snow flurries, snow showers, then switching over to freezing rain. But you're going to switch to rain pretty quick tomorrow. Yours is mainly going to be you're going to be mainly rain. You don't have a whole lot to worry about. Um, let's see here, guys. Jumping through, just making sure that I've kind of covered all the comments. I need to. Okay. My content. Well, that's weird. I'm apparently not live. Am I still live on TikTok anymore? Or not TikTok, YouTube. I'm not sure my YouTube stream may have dropped off. Not sure if that's the case or not. But let's see here. Sorry, guys, stand by just a second. Let me see. Trying to check the status of my YouTube stream. Okay, well, for some reason, my stream on YouTube decided to stop. So I am only on Facebook. So, oh well. So yeah, we got a good question. Kendall asks, how different is the European model? Is the GFS accurate since we're this close? We're close enough, Kendall, that pretty much all of the models are going to be fairly accurate. There's going to be minor changes that may take place, but it's not going to be very much. We can look at the actually I'm going to have to switch over to pivotal weather. We can look at the European. The European does typically handle the winter weather a little bit better. But it is a low resolution. Okay, what did I do? Jump right over it. Okay, we're in snowfall totals. That's why it looked weird. Can I? Dadgummit, I cannot pull up. Okay, stand by. Switch multiple different software here. European on. Okay, I cannot view. I cannot view ice accumulations for the Euro. I don't pay premium subscriptions for some of these software. So all we can look at then is going to be the precipitation type. So let's switch over to the European and jump through this. European, yeah, they're all about the same, Kindle. They're showing. They keep in mind the European and GFS are lower resolution models because they go out so far. They go out 300 plus hours. where the high resolution models, short range models like the HRRR only go up 48 hours or so, 60 hours, 50, 60 hours on some of them. They are much, much higher resolution that will depict the freezing rain staying on the plateau. I think these little dots of freezing rain that you're seeing on the European model is, if it was high resolution, would be dictating that the higher elevations is not going to change. But this is even putting us at 1 o'clock on Sunday in all rain all the way up through here. So I mean, they're pretty much in agreements that it's going to start off as some snow flurries, snow showers leading into sleet, then freezing rain, then changing over to rain in the valleys, maintaining freezing rain in the higher elevations on until late morning Sunday, early afternoon Sunday, changing to rain for everybody, and then out of here. But that's pretty much what all the models are saying. They're saying it's starting the same time, ending around the same time. We're close enough that really none of that's going to change. So, but good question though. Thank you for asking it. That's all I got. I do appreciate you guys hanging in here. We are an hour and 20 minutes into this stream. I'm not sure. I have to look at my settings. YouTube, I don't know why YouTube dropped off. Now that we have dropped off of YouTube, though, I do want to say that I probably won't be live streaming weather content on TikTok anymore. Because I am not a meteorologist, and TikTok is flagging me for unoriginal content, and digging into it, they consider weather not something that they can prove, and so they're kind of knocking me for potentially spreading misinformation. So I'm not a meteorologist. I have no way to. So I probably won't be streaming weather content on TikTok, but YouTube and Facebook's been great. Facebook's where I started. That's where I'm getting the most interactions. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for all the stars. Like I say, Renee, thank you for sending the stars. Like I say, I have this set up, guys. You don't have to, but you can send stars, and stuff like that helps. I do pay for quite a bit of this software. Some of it I'm using is free, which is the reason I'm having to jump around to several different sites to switch to the different models. Some of these subscriptions are just plain out ridiculous. But anyway, as we're leaving out of here, I will leave you with the radar of the current where we set right now. Let's do a nationwide radar. So let me see if I can turn off all the watches. Did that pull some stuff? It didn't. Well, I was going to try to pull some of that off. Well, anyway, let me put this in motion. It's kind of crowded with all of the warnings. Actually, because of that, let's switch to here. So this is a live view of the actual storm that we're dealing with. So this is where it's at right now, heading our way. So yeah, Vic, you're welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I definitely appreciate it. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah. Any further questions before we hop off here? Now I will say I will be I'll do some videos probably tomorrow. I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be. I apologize for that. It depends on what happens here. If it starts getting pretty bad, then I probably will post some content. We will probably go live. I'll probably go live tomorrow evening between the 8 and 9 p.m. to just kind of talk about what has happened and what will happen, since this is going to go Saturday into Sunday. We will count on that. Kendall, you're welcome. Ashley, you're welcome. I apologize. I dropped off of YouTube. I'm not sure. I'm new to the YouTube. They may limit me to an hour. I'm not sure, and I'm an hour and 24 minutes into this, so I'll have to look into that. I think I may have dropped off at the hour mark. Since we're only streaming to one platform right now, Ashley, I'm not going to be doing weather content on TikTok anymore. They keep flagging me for unoriginal content because whatever. So I'm not going to be streaming weather related live streams on TikTok anymore. I may very well I'll do live other content, but anyway, I just wanted to tell you there. I will still be on YouTube and Facebook. I think I'm so new on YouTube that they kicked me off after about an hour, but that's no problem. Did not realize. I get to having fun, guys. I didn't even realize that we're an hour and 25 minutes in right now. But you guys are welcome. Thank you. We will post some updates tomorrow. Maybe some just text post and some video post, and then we'll. If it gets real bad, I'll go live with some local content around the area, and then we'll go from there. So okay, cool, Jamie. Just want to make sure that you. I'm sorry, Ashley. Thank you for letting Jamie know, but she can tune in to YouTube unless I get kicked off there. Which I don't think that's what happened. I think they booted me off because I went over an hour. Anyway, it is Friday evening, January 23rd, 2026, 10 o'clock. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.